Good afternoon, good morning. It's Mark Johnson from Loyalty 360. Want to welcome you to another one of our Loyalty Expo preview series interviews. In this series, we will hear from the presenters that will join us at this year's Loyalty Expo in Orlando from June 4th to the 6th. Today, we have the pleasure of speaking with Amy Barnett. She's the Vice President of Marketing for Cracker Barrel Old Country Stores. How are you today, Amy?
Hi, I'm good. I'm glad to be here.
Thank you very much. First off, we like to start these on a more personal level, so we'd love to know a little bit more about Cracker Barrel, what you do, and what Cracker Barrel does, should I say, and your role with the organization.
All right. Well, hey, everybody. I'm glad to be here. Amy Barnett. I'm a Vice President of Digital and Loyalty at Cracker Barrel Old Country Store. Hopefully, y'all are familiar with that brand. But in terms of my scope of responsibilities at Cracker Barrel, I run the digital properties, which for us is the website and the app. So the prioritization and the product ownership and the digital marketing associated with our website and our app. The middle part of my job, which is what I'll spend a lot of time talking with you about at the conference, is loyalty and data and customer marketing and CRM. And then the third aspect of my job is not just the customer data, but also how we use customer data across our organization in different functions, including guest relations. So I call it capital L. It's not just the rewards program, which is sort of what I call lowercase l loyalty. It's capital L, which encompasses sort of all of customer marketing and all of personalization all in one. So I'm glad to be here.
It's always good to have a capital L loyalty. So when you look at the successful program that you've created at Cracker Barrel, you've done an amazing job. What's 9 months old now?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Good
Still
memory.
a baby. Still a baby.
Definitely a baby, but you've done a great job of fostering a deep connection between the brand, which has, a very deep emotive connection with your customers and the consumers. Can you talk about maybe some of the things that have done well with that? I know you have a very strong relatability in the customer loyalty program, and how that was built into your customer loyalty strategies when developing the rewards program.
Yeah. Well, I say this a lot, but I think as brand marketers and as loyalty marketers, many of us would love to be in the position of rewarding loyal guests that are already predispositioned to be loyal to a brand, right? So we've all probably worked on those brands where you're really stretching to make that emotional connection with a shoe or a grocery store. And a lot of people have avid loyalty to lots of places, but Cracker Barrel is just one of those brands that goes back generations of families, of grandparents, of children who come to our restaurant for a respite of their busy technology-filled lives. They have stopped to see us on road trips. They come and they rock in our rocking chairs and they shop in our stores and buy their kids, gifts and Halloween costumes and all of these precious things that are really difficult to find in other places. And so there's this inherent, very natural loyalty that we have with our guests, and our field associates know so many of our guests one-to-one that it was just this really natural evolution for us to be able to do something more programmatically and more, sort of capital L loyalty, if you will, by leaning into a rewards program and giving those valuable, loyal guests something that they've been asking for us for years, which is to be recognized, sort of to help them in their shopping preferences and their restaurant preferences. And it's been a real privilege, I think, to be able to step up to the challenge of really delivering loyalty in a way that resonates with this guest, because they know what Cracker Barrel is. And if we didn't get it right, we would hear about it.
And obviously having that great success, the legacy of the brand, the connection you have, how does the program spark, engender, maybe enhance that emotional loyalty to both new and also existing Cracker Barrel customers?
Yeah. Well, you'll hear a lot more about this at the conference, but there's a couple of aspects about our brand that when you come to Cracker Barrel, as you know, outside in all of our restaurants, there is the barrel with our checkerboards, and you come and you sit in those rockers and you play checkers while you're waiting for your table. When you get to the table, they have those peg games, those beloved peg games that, you skip over the pegs and you try to beat everybody at your table. But it's a brand that's meant for experience, right? You come in, the fireplace is, warm, the games, the children are shopping, the family is happy. And so it was really important to us to bring some of those aspects to life digitally. And just one element of our program, for example, is we continued that gaming aspect in our program. So you can participate in bonus and challenges and engagement opportunities in the app and on the digital, properties online. And as a result, you're rewarded with the currency in our brand. So that's just one aspect of it. The other really important aspect is our loyal guests love both the retail part of our brand and the restaurant part of our brand. And it was important to us as we developed the components that you'd be able to use your rewards across both retail and restaurant in a really seamless way. So that's just two examples, but there's so many more.
Okay. And who would benefit from attending the Cracker Barrel session at the conference?
Oh, gosh. Well, you're probably wondering why I'm wearing this pink cowboy hat. But for
Yes.
one thing, anybody who comes to the conference will hear the whole story around Dolly Parton. So if you have an affinity to Dolly Parton, or if you've shopped Cracker Barrel and have a story, everybody's got a Cracker Barrel story. First of all, I really hope to meet you at the conference. Like, please come and tell me your story. But I'm going to tell you all about our Dolly Parton partnership that goes way back in history, but what we did when we launched the rewards program to really leverage our partnership with Dolly Parton. But in terms of who should come, all levels, I really try and make it very practical with what we learned with our field organization, some things that you can take away so that you're not making similar mistakes, or you can learn from what we won with, which we have a lot of wins that I'll share, but really all levels, all marketers, and I'll try and make it industry agnostic. So it's not just food related, but it really crosses all sort of our loyalty professionals in the room.
Okay. And what are a few key takeaways that those in the session can expect to learn?
Okay, well, we have a great partnership with our field organization. So I'm going to share a little bit about how we partnered in the rollout and the launch of our program. And we partnered very closely with our operations friends. We actually did check-ins very regularly, and they were really our beta group for how we rolled this out. And they continue to be our beta group today. So I will definitely share with you sort of some of the learnings from our rollout, but we also have some metrics that I won't share anything that we haven't shared publicly. But I think for those people who attend conferences like this, they really want to understand sort of how they compare, if you will, to the presenter and the speaker. So I will definitely share with you, to the extent I can, some of the metrics for what we've learned for engagement, enrollment, and how we're measuring loyalty at a high level.
Excellent. Amy, thank you very much for taking the time to speak with us. It's always a pleasure to connect with you. And now I know what the pink is all about. I'm very intrigued to learn more. I know we covered the Dolly Parton announcement earlier, or late last year, I think it was. Yeah. So looking forward to hearing that. Looking forward to hearing your session. So thank you very much for taking the time to share with us today.
Yeah, I can't wait to see you in Florida.
Absolutely. And everyone, make sure you check out Amy's session at the Loyalty Expo. And for those who have not registered, it's a great time to still join us. And looking forward to seeing everyone in Orlando in early June.